not that scary. You're really not. You're pretty terrifying.
Welcome back, it's Rich, and in this episode, Rich reviews The Haunted Mansion. Let's do it. Welcome back to Rich Reviews, no-nonsense movie chat from the UK, and if you like what you see today, don't forget to check out my other videos. Feel free to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments below. So The Haunted Mansion, directed by Justin Simien and starring Lakeith Stanfield, Rosario Dawson and Owen Wilson, is based on the Disney theme park attraction of the same name, and it sees our cast mooching around a big old house that could do with a serious clean and a couple of Ghostbusters to sort things out. Alas, these people are not available, so it's up to our friends to kick some paranormal butt that's lurking in the dark. I've always been a fan of this ride and been lucky enough to experience it at both Disneyland Paris and Orlando many times, especially in Orlando. It is a great ride and it has a real kind of theme to it that sticks in your mind once you've ridden it a few times, and I remember it well. And after recently watching a great documentary on it called Behind the Scenes, which was an episode on Disney Plus, I was really looking forward to this, despite some low scores that I'd already seen out there, but I felt optimistic about it. So the story revolves around a single mum named Gabby who, without sounding like the start of a classic British joke, hires a tour guide, a psychic, a priest and an historian to help exorcise her newly bought mansion after discovering it's been inhabited by ghosts, which as the story unfolds, we see very strange things afoot, but in very familiar surroundings when you're a fan of the theme park attraction. Soon into the story, our wannabe Ghostbusters come to realise they are trapped with these ghosts and must solve the mystery in order to free themselves and to bring normality back to the mansion. So let's talk about what worked. The mansion itself is a joy to see, and anyone who's familiar with this theme park attraction can expect a few smiles, as the house and surrounding cemetery is littered with all kind of references to this attraction. If you're interested in that kind of thing, you're going to look for it because it is a film based on a ride. If you know the ride well, you'll look for these kind of things. And I found myself kind of noticing bits all around. It really was good. The stripy wallpapers everywhere. The corridors look ripped straight out of the ride itself. You've got the paintings that move, hallways that never end, ceilings that extend, gargoyles and hidden rooms, and the ghosts themselves, many of them which you'll recognise. It did make me smile and gave me a sense at times that, as if our heroes were actually running around inside the ride itself. Some of the effects work too was quite imaginative and fun, with rooms and hallways twisting and changing during chase scenes to great effects. So again, many times throughout this, there's points where effects can be kind of a very kiddie looking because they're obviously trying to appeal to a wider audience. But then on the flip side, you get effects now and then where you think, yeah, that's pretty cool, that. And it kept me entertained for its slightly long 2-hour runtime. The main lead, Ben, he's played by Lakeith Stanfield, and he did the best with his script, and he puts in a solid performance, I think, all the way through, with some genuinely emotional moments. It's very light-hearted and enough to enjoy without needing to be too invested in this. You can kind of sit back, relax, and just watch this one. So what didn't work for me? Well, some of the actors in this are really big names, and then have very little to do or even seen. Jamie Lee Curtis is the lady in the crystal ball, who puts up with a CGI face until we see her in full, but even then, it's just for a small bit at the end, and she's more of a background character, with kind of fleeting moments here and there. Likewise, you've got Jared Leto cast in this as the headless lantern ghost. This could have been anybody, though. You just cannot tell it's him, even with the voice as well. It's a mix between a puppet and I think what looks to be CGI or even prosthetics, but regardless, I would have had no idea that this is Jared Leto by look or by voice if I'd not seen his name in the credits. Owen Wilson too, and I like Owen Wilson. I pretty much like him in everything. I like him in this film. He's always a fun character. I think most people like him, but it's just Owen Wilson again. It's like he's just hopping from film to film as the same person. We all love him, but we all know exactly what to expect. I think as well the film would have benefited from about half an hour shaving off this. 2 hours just seemed a little bit too long for it, and I think a bit of an edit here and there could have cut this down to a more brisk pace at times, just to get rid of a few of the quieter moments that don't really offer too much. So my final thoughts, I'm going to give this 3 out of 5. And if you want to go and watch Disney's Haunted Mansion, should you take a mate, a date, or stay up late? I'd stay up late, watch this one and stream it at home. Maybe watch it with a date. You could even watch it with kids, but just be careful. There may be images in this that stick in their mind when they go to bed, but it is on the low-end PG side. You'll get a few decent smiles out of this, and it could be a way to introduce the family to something a bit creepy if that's not their thing or they are young. But you could always just screen some of the trailers beforehand and see what you think. So what did you think of Haunted Mansion? Leave a comment below, and until next time, keep smiling, peeps.